that will be very strong. So we'll see how it all ends up going. And we'll see how they do in the lanes. That's the other thing, too, is I do like Goon Squad's lanes a little bit better, especially the top lane. I think this is going to be a really big problem for Alliance. I think Marcy and Razor is just, honestly, conceptually almost a broken lane, because you can't outrun this Link ever. She puts you back in range of the Link. The damage even you provide if you go any point in sidekick, it's crazy. So, yeah, that's the one thing I am looking at. If they do pair them, too, which I hope they do.
And the thing is, of course, you know, in the team fights, Goon Squad, if they can hit the spells, they'll be doing a lot of damage, right? Sort of Fatal Bonds and a mid Zeus, that's a lot of damage that's coming out. Yeah,
we'll have to look at what itemization they do go for, especially on Nico Baby, who's starting out with Goo, potentially maybe getting a first blood, but the heal is going to be there to offset some.
Can they keep chasing this? They're going to try.
He should be okay under the tower.
Yeah, with the heals, he's indeed going to be able to walk it off.
And who's going to get the runes? Aramis gets the toss away. He'll get the second one.
Well done, my beauties.
Now should be Alliance getting, 3-3 to start off.
Did start off right away using quite a bit of mana. Stomanen did use 2 dual breaths. He does have mangoes to come in, and Beastmaster will be TPing back down. So a little bit of, you know, some trade, at least of regen, but let's see how this mid matchup is, too. This one does feel like it can be a little bit of a hard one also. You know, I was mentioning the lane. I like the lane matchups for Goon Squad, even though I think WEU has a really good potential in the mid game to kind of go crazy, to be able to jump back line and play versus limited disables. I like the way the lanes for Goon Squad are set up. Zeus can trade pretty decently versus the Ember. And yeah, top is going to be the big one to watch, at least for me.
Yeah, I mean, is it who's sort of a hero's having the tougher time? Is it not too easy for Aramis as to support Tiny in this lane, or?
They just have to be very careful of how they position themselves, really. Like, if you step up too far unsymmetrical, you're at risk of dying constantly. I think the Razor Marcy just has a huge advantage there. Mid, they're getting crazy aggressive. Bottom also. I mean, this is action everywhere.
I mean, they've got the heals for S4, so he should be fine. And if anything,
he can turn.
Got to be careful. Both getting very, very low there, but of course S4 going to be in the better shape with the Shadow Word healing him up.
How much regen was just used, actually? They are out of regen on the side of Alliance already.
Oh, Chains. Oh, he's got the kill! First blood, ladies and gentlemen, for WEU.
In flame.
If they were really pushing the limits versus each other, I mean, last game they tipped each other the whole time also. WEU now, this time able to get the edge. They're literally just trading back and forth. Limp just pushing it too far this time. And top also. I mean, they're doing a good job. You do see the CS for the Razor a bit low right now, but he has a whole creep wave to farm, because there is starting to be some creep wave manipulation. And Aramis will at least secure one of the CS. Not all of them do get denied. Soak the XP as well. I mean, I'm just watching mid. I don't even want to. The other lanes are fun, but mid is by far the most fun between these two.
Yeah, these tips just are flying out between the two of them.
They're both playing just so aggressive. Like, they're literally trading hits with each other.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Shaved in searing heat.
Immediately, the action continues.
We'll be able to get that top water route. We are, of course, getting the bottom.
Yep, so even though WEU, he gets the kill, if you actually look at net worth, they're pretty similar because of that last hit disparity coming out from the Zeus. Limp is doing a good job of controlling CS. So still a pretty even matchup. I like the Zeus in this matchup, personally, as I was mentioning. WEU, like I said, so aggressive.
What have we here?
And you like this with the skill build from WEU, going for the slight change this game?
Yeah, he has to do it this game. He has to be the killer. Otherwise, they're going to have like no action being made on the map. Because they have a Jakiro in one lane. They have the Tiny. They can't just fully rely on Aramis to do everything. Trying to sandwich the Zeus right now. Look at the positioning. Limp has to run all the way aggressive to get the rune. And now he's being chased. Okay. I mean, Nico Baby might be in some trouble bottom because of it.
Well, they're definitely going to force him right back. They won't get the kill.
Nice TP by Limp. Oh, that's actually nasty bottom, too. I didn't really even factor in the Fatal Bonds with the axes. Fatal Bonds on the whole wave into axes.
You get the whole wave.
Spam. That is dirty.
And how are they doing for regen? Has Stomanen got some more?
He's got a salve and a tango. He's going to have to use the salve.
He's going to drop it on Nico Baby, yeah.
He's got to. Yeah, lanes As we mentioned, looking good for Goon Squad, but not too shabby so far in Alliance.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, mid limp. Really doing very nicely in the CS despite going down in the 1v1.
Yeah.
Complete free farm here.
It's crazy because like you actually have a base damage advantage, which I think you would never really factor in. You have a better animation and a better base damage for Zeus than you do on the Ember. It does help that he has a null as that advantage, of course, but yeah.
Bottom lane. They'll go for Pexu, who's got the Shadow Word heal. Now we'll see S4 trying to block him off, but the Ice Path will catch the two of them. And with the stacks building up, they'll take him down. They might even have the chance to go for S4. They want.
Oh, the courier. Okay.
Gotta be careful with that one. And Nico, baby, won't look for the dive.
Early,
safe, get back to the creep wave.
Early kills will be important for Nico, because then he's going to finish off his Vanguard. He's going to be able to stay in the lane a lot easier. And yeah, WEU, he's hit 6 now. Limp, since he had to TP and make all these like run around shenanigans, he will be a bit delayed on his level 6, but have to watch out how low they sit on those side lanes now. Thunder God's Wrath is going to be available in a second. And Nico will finish up his Vanguard now.
It's going to be very hard to take down the lane. Should be pretty safe. Even if they do manage to line up the Fatal Bonds and the Axes.
Mid lane could be the rotation that Alliance can set up for easier. Much easier for them to kill the Zeus with a tiny rotation.
Top lane.
Ooh.
There's the Thunder God's Wrath. Limp coming in to take down the kill on Symmetrical.
Yeah, Aramis actually leaving the top lane. He's out of mana, so even if he tries to set up on mid, he has no mana to be able to get the kill. And Nico...
he's getting very low. He's got the stick charges. I mean, both of them. Look at them here down here. It's just the damage from the Fatal Bonds and the Axe spam.
This is a cool combo. I actually quite like this.
They're definitely not having an easy lane down here at all, Alliance. They're taking huge amounts of damage.
And it's usually not something you see at all because Warlock is a 5 position, so you usually don't see him actually played in a lane like this where he's able to use the Fatal Bonds in this type of an aggressive manner. Yeah, this is really cool. Keeping that pressure going.
They're going to be careful about stepping up and getting bonded. They're going to get Fatal Bonded here. The Axes again. Nico Baby's very low, but Aramis, he'll be in with the backup.
Oh, nice play.
Great toss into the Avalanche there will set up for them to take down both kills. Very, very nice move there from Aramis.
Makes up for the fact that top lane is suffering as well. He's able to make a nice rotation. Gonna have Arcane Boots done if he'd like to go for that route and be able to play aggressive, so okay. Pretty nice move. But my god, yeah, the damage that comes in. Limp, also being chased now. Aramis is here.
Well, there's the follow-up Avalanche. He's got the Heavenly Jump. Got any further ways to chase? They've got another Sleight of Fist. They're going to commit him with the Remnants. We are trying to find Limp. He's got to be careful now. He has to kind of get himself out of this. So he has got the movement speed to make it out of there. At the same time, whilst we're watching that top lane, we did have Aqua once again being able to run down Symmetrical. A couple of times now they've taken out the DP in that top lane. Both off-laners having a bit of a struggle. Bottom lane S4 getting dove upon underneath the tier 1 tower. Alliance, they'll take him out.
Oh, and he summons a boar. Okay, they didn't get to... Did they finish it off? They do. Okay, so he ends up giving extra gold too from his death with that last summon. Asymmetrical just needs to play more careful. He knows he's alone up here. He knows that the way that Tiny's playing, like Aramis is looking to help out the other lane, so he just has to play a lot more defensively. But as you said, both off lanes suffering.
Yeah, both off laners off to a slow start.
Yeah. Limp. He's got ult available again. The constant aggression from WEU.
He has already used the jump. Got him with the chains, Avalanche as well. He needs TPs to come in. Well, they are on their way over.
He's got an ult if he'd like to get the kill on Shtomanin, but he's actually hanging on to it. Maybe didn't see how low that Jakiro was. There's still a kill. Now it's not. Prioritizing, probably going for the kill on the Ember Spirit with his ult. And they do get WEU the rune as well too. The double rotation from the support so far from Alliance has been on point to try to shut down the Zeus. And it is a haste, so it's an easy one that he can go try to set up on the side lanes. And Symmetrical, even though we mentioned did die twice, has level 6 finished, so potentially can even set up for kills onto the Razor if Aqua's not careful.
Yeah, they're bringing in a third member. They're going to have the 2 supports up for Alliance to enable Symmetrical to get aggressive with some sort of tower push. So at the same time, WEU diving into the jungle. He'll find Hansken.
He's distancing himself nicely too. Beautifully done by WEU.
With that kill really opening this top half of the map, so Alliance, they should have a solid attempt of trying to push this tier 1.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, I don't think that Goon Squad can actually set up a defense. Limp is very low. Unless he can heal and make his way back up in time,
Dire's top
but it
tower
doesn't feel
is
like it.
under attack.
Yeah,
So-
with the Ghost committed, it would be a hard call for a Goon Squad to say they want to try and do something about this. They're probably best to let this tower fall.
It's going to be up to Limp's call, but I would agree.
Dire's top
Yeah,
tower
ATP's
is
to the
under
outpost.
attack.
Maybe they want to fight afterwards, but there is a ward. It's going to be able to scout them out.
Handscap. We'll get the setup here on Aramis. It's going to be a dead Tiny.
That damage is just ridiculous with Marcy and Razor. Again, Weeha.
He's going in towards Limp, but he will back off. Of course, before Hanskin's able to get a grab on him.
Power rune in 5.
A Goon Squad having the higher numbers around this area. If it spawns bottom, we are going to be happy, but it doesn't. It ends up being top. Mr. Manham was trying to have a look in towards the power room, but not able to stop Limp from bottling it up, and will lose his life.
This is a huge rune for Zeus, too. Sure, it's not an arcane for you being able to spam in the fight, but the mana pool that Zeus is able to utilize regen with is just insane. Gonna be able to farm a significant amount and always be able to show up to the fight. Gonna go for the Kaya Sanj build that we've seen done on most of the Zeus mids. And yeah, they're always gonna have pretty ridiculous damage because of this.
On mid lane. I mean, I was thinking about diving in for that up top.
Aramis might just go down here.
They've got the rebound, but they're not quite able to get the connection onto it. So Aramis is out.
So one other thing that, you know, because of all this action, because of everything that's been kicking off, Aramis also playing around mid, there's no stacks available for this Bristleback, which usually can be a bit of a problem. Sure, Nico Hey Baby is having an excellent time bottom, but they literally have one stack being
Look how many stacks the
whole
Goon
game.
Squad have done.
Yeah. That's
Right,
usually
they
not
did
something you
1
see.
versus quick maths 10.
Yeah.
10 times the amount of stacking done by Goon Squad in this first 11 minutes.
So that's my biggest concern right now, that Nico Baby's got his good item timings right now, but usually you see them, they go to Ancients and they get like 1.5 component of the Aghanims immediately right afterwards. So his further farm is going to be a bit slower than usual.
Now they smoked up towards this bottom lane, maybe to see if they could find an opportunity to take Nico Baby down. They could get the
Dire's
setup
top
here.
tower is under attack.
There we go. Jump in, they'll drop the golem. Unleash as well, make sure they could take Nico Baby out before anyone can turn up to save him.
Crisp. Very nice move. And slowing down the Bristle, any of these type of kills matter significantly because he doesn't have those stacks to be able to go back and rely. I think they have to start getting some stacks up. I see Shnomanin making the effort too, but just a bit late. Oh, yeah, just a bit late.
Not quite.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay, we're in for Weeha.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Can absolutely enable him to pop off in the next move if they can get something going around the mid. They do have Exorcism back up, so likely that Alliance can look to group up and try for another tier 1.
This time Limp does have some mana, but he's actually going to start working on some neutral farm, so won't be able to actually defend the mid tower on the Exorcism push.
There we go.
Dire's middle tower.
And they used Rock as well, so defending here is going to be a bit difficult for Goon Squad, unless Alliance overcommits. They're going to bring the troops. Looks like they want to fight. Limp, he's healing up.
Now, Alliance have to be a bit careful. There might not be the ults on Goon Squad, but still, it's a lot of spam. We've got the Fatal Bonds out to the 4 of them as well. They've really got to bear that in mind. It's going to be a lot of damage split between them. Weeha gets caught out by the Dispose. He's in trouble. He's taken out. They get the catch on him, and he wasn't prepared to jump out in time. I don't think he had a defensive remnant set.
He did not. Or I didn't get to see if it timed out or anything, but he did not have one down. And you're absolutely right about the spam. Fatal Bonds, Max Axis, and Plasma Field. This is insane how much damage quickly ramps up.
I mean,
they need Lotus Orbs, they need hoods, they need to rush it.
If anybody gets caught by the Fatal Bonds, like alongside the Bristol, you know, sure, Nico Baby might be able to tank up a lot of damage, but he's just going to be sort of this pillar that they could throw damage upon, and his teammates, they're going to burn.
Yeah. Yeah, did he have the... it looks like... Did he have the remnant on the left side there, maybe? And
Oh, you're right, there is something down there.
I see something there.
Was that... Yeah, it was. It just timed out. You see it, indeed. It timed out right then. He very, very close to having the opportunity to jump out, but in those last moments, it had
in the
disappeared.
game. Aqua, he stepped up too far. He actually gets tossed back out of position there. Aramis gets the clutch play. So a little bit of slip up from both sides.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I was like, no way, I didn't have a defensive remnant there. Yeah,
it literally went a second.
No, that's
second
the worst.
early.
That's the worst when that happens. That's now Fatal Bonds with some axe spam. Gonna get this good timing for S4 to have his Vlads finished up soon. Oh, Hanskin. He is
That's
very
a little
deep.
risky here. They're definitely going to make this man pay for it. A kill here for Alliance.
Aramis gets the kill also. Pretty good. Again, this time around, he'll be able to have a Blink Dagger to much better timing. And that will allow them to gap close easier. Then he can actually join the Ember Spirit when he commits into the backline for the Zeus. So they could actually 100-0 Limp once he gets Blink in a lot of the team fights, which is pretty huge. He is going to be a majority of the damage early on. And Nico Baby got slowed down a bit, but 2 components finished.
They'll be able to get in and farm some of the jungle of Goon Squad.
Steal away the stack.
They have just a half the gold for the recipe on Aqua's BKB.
Ooh, and they're actually smoking up. Looks like they scanned, I think, the Roche area. Perhaps they were thinking something was going on there.
Well, they've got Raw and Golem at the ready, so a lot of ults to just throw down on one of these cores.
WEU scouted.
See if they've got the damage. Between Raw and a Golem, they'll certainly have him, but they don't even need the Golem. The stun there alone from the micro of the Centaur will do it. They catch WEU by surprise.
Sin's expectation.
I'm sure you know you're completely wrong.
The lightning bolt, right? Like every little thing layered kind of perfectly there from goonsquad. Lightning bolt,
very
mini
nicely
stun,
done.
into the roar.
I mean, and as I said, so the reservedness to not drop the Golem there. I feel like a lot of teams would just be like, it's the mid-ember, let's just drop the Golem. But they knew they had just enough lockdown to take him out without it.
Yeah, I like that he's patient with it, Pexu.
Good stuff.
Hanskin now has Lens, so a bit easier to grab the Ember in particular when you do have Lens on Marcy. They're actually making the aggressive move.
So what Hanskin can find. Alliance making sure to keep themselves right away from these two, and Hanskin might still find the rebound. He's in on top of WEU. They get the dispose. They're going to need further catch. The Golem comes down, but a little too late there as WEU has the opportunity to jump out in time to the side with the Remnant. They'll get the kill on Stamanen still.
A very aggressive move this time from goonsquad. They're gonna, are they thinking about going into a
I
rush?
think they can. They've got a Beastmaster. They've got the Golem up. And they know in these last few fights that they've come out in a pretty good shape. Aqua's got the BKB ready. And, still not quite having the Aghanims done on Nico Baby. Alliance, they're not going to feel too sort of ready to fight them in this head-on team fight. So this looks to be goonsquad getting a free Roshan.
And it's full health while they're doing it too, right? They keep the sustain going for Pexu. So it looks like shards are going to be coming out. Zeus has his done. I believe Warlock's about to have his done too. And now you have a BKB Razor. So he can just lead the charge, stick onto the Bristleback in most of the situations, or even onto Death Prophet, who's symmetrical. He's had a very quiet game, but it's pretty underleveled this time. We did mention last game how Stomanen, the 5 Death Prophet, was level 12 at 17 minutes.
I mean,
he's level 11. He's just about to hit 12 on the DP as an offlaner.
And last game as well, Alliance 12 minutes in, I believe they'd taken all the 3 tier 1 towers. This time around with 17 minutes in, they've only been able to take the tier 1 top. It's certainly proven to be a lot more difficult this time around for Alliance to take those quick objectives that they want to around the Ghost.
He is doing the good itemization though, going for that Lotus.
Yeah, they
need it.
Yeah, they can't afford to be stuck in a fight with Nico Baby getting fatal bonded to them.
Stomanen looking pretty dead.
So at the same time, over towards the mid, Alliance. They were trying to get a catch onto Limp and Hanskin, but Hanskin's out with the jump, and he's falling very low.
You might be able to get him.
They're in. Oh, they've got him, Limp. They'll be able to snipe him there with the lightning.
You know you're completely wrong.
It's so much damage once you get to this point. Your Kaya's done, and you have your shard. It's sometimes almost just unexpected. Now we hop the map for 30 seconds. They're going to be able to press forward their advantage. Hit top tower and also claim the triangle area away from the Bristle. And Nico Baby, he has Ags.
Yep.
But losing their Ember now for some time, it's going to give a little bit of time for goonsquad to prepare.
And of course, rushing that BKB next, he has to get it. There's just incredible amounts of magical damage that is going to come out in a full team fight from goonsquad.
It almost even feels like he should buy like maybe a casual cloak or something even before that.
So much damage.
Usually don't have the slots to be able to do so. How's the itemization for the supports? As we mentioned, Aramis a blink on the Tiny. He's going to go Force Staff next, but Stomanin's poor. Ideally, they want to try to get some type of glimmer or some type of pipe on their lineup to be able to deal with this massive amount of magic damage that goonsquad has, but they can't.
You don't see a lot of pipes nowadays, but
No.
I mean, if there was going to be a game to get it, this would probably be one of them.
Hey, Seb bought pipe at Major. He was one of the
did,
few
Seb
players.
knew.
He was buying it all the time.
He knew there's certain games where it still hits the spot.
Yeah. When you're playing versus Zeus, it can always be a decent idea. And Razor with Zeus and Fatal Bonds, it's so much
It's
overwhelming.
all together, it's just insane amounts of magical.
But they are starting to get a bit poor, at least on the rest of the heroes besides that Bristle. Especially with Weehaw dying twice.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And now, yeah, tier 2 top drops. Now mid starting to get pressured. goonsquad started to find their footing.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Alliance trying to cut the mid wave out.
middle tower is under attack.
The backdoor protection down and up long enough for them to still get the tier 2 here mid.
And it's tough really for Alliance to do anything on the map because there's Hawks constantly scouting and then there's Zeus bolts constantly de-warding. So if you look their vision, they've got one ward around the enemy Ancients at the moment. Besides that, it's completely restricted and completely in goonsquad's favor.
Symmetrical's in the triangle. He's going to go for the TP out. We'll do so in time, they won't find him.
That was scary.
Never refuse gold.
And you like the Trumpex of this game, getting the Holy Locket, making sure to make the most out of these AoE Shadow Word heals that he's dishing out.
Sure. I mean, the talents are pretty nice. He already took the healing one.
That's a lot of heal.
It is. It's over 500.
The rune of regeneration.
Heading towards the triangle, hand scan.
Nice scan.
And S4 ready with the smoke.
Both sides actually catching the scan perfectly.
Yeah, so they've got to be careful around this area. We saw last game a few slip-ups around this triangle.
Mm-hmm. And Limp is fully online. The Kaya Sanj is done on top of that shard. So his damage, if he's not taken out at the start of the fight, probably going to prove to be a bit of a disaster for Alliance. So really, it's eyes on Aramis, eyes on Weehaw to be able to get on top of this Zeus in most of the situations while the Bristleback, while Nico Baby's able to zone everybody else.
Yeah, and we see the Axe build from Weehaw making sure that he will have the tools to quickly just dart through the back lines, have that additional magical burst with the extra remnants to threaten someone like Limp at the start of the fight. And once the BKB's done for Nico Baby as well, he'll also just be able to charge through and just get on top of the Zeus. And once those slows start to stack up, even with the Heavenly Jump, highly likely that these heroes from Alliance can stay on top of Limp.
Yeah, I think for Nico, I think he needs to try to be a little careful of how hard he commits in, because if he does, he's going to get roared, and then he's going to get linked, and then sure, you'll be able to get all this like pulse damage up, but it's going to be stolen from Razor, so his job, I think, is a little bit more complicated, while Aramis and Weehaw need to just straight getting on
Look
Zeus.
at this as well. So, yeah, indeed, as you're saying,
they have no wards.
Heavy amount of ward destruction here from Limp.
Game gets difficult when it's like this. When you just can't see anything, you're going to start getting out-farmed on the map too. But they're keeping it close. It's still less than 1k, 10 to 9, but they are getting a bit restricted in their base on the majority.
I'm going to try out to hit out with the smoke. Of course, here's the point where they don't quite have the BKB done on Nico Baby, so a little risky in that regard. We'll have the Lotus to protect him.
They just want to get one ward down, right? They literally have no vision on the map to play around.
Of course, Pexu is going to have to be careful with that. Doesn't want to go fatal bonding his own team.
No.
That'll certainly cause a lot of issues.
Just don't target the person with the Lotus.
Yeah.
That's the rule number one.
You've got to hold back and make sure you don't fall foul to that.
Aqua is getting pretty massive. Scotty's almost done. So Death Prophet, Bristle, even though you'll have BKB, will have some problems he has to deal with. And goonsquad, yeah, just shoving the lanes in, playing it careful. And during this downtime where I think they kind of expected Alliance to make some type of smoke play.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're getting some free damage here onto the tier 2.
That's why they're all joining together. Look, they're probably like, they're smoking right now, guys. Everyone run together, because nobody's reacting to bottom.
That looks like Alliance won't be able to do anything about this one going down. Will be goonsquads. There's an alliance likely to look for a fight with these big pickups. Aghanim's done on Weeha, and BKB finished for Nico Baby. So got that timing. They should be feeling pretty strong.
Oh, DD top also. Oh, race to the rune.
Was able to get the deny in there, Aqua.
Smoke up from Alliance.
I mean, they've got these item timings.
Yep. Two lanes are shut, but S4
try and make a move.
Ooh, they actually missed the avalanche.
I mean, Nico Baby's still heading around from the side.
They reflect the link.
Still managed to indeed put that for now. Pexa will fatal bond up the back lines. Now a bit more difficult for Alliance to commit in. Of course, Nico Baby's held onto the BKB usage, so can still fight. And goonsquad, they're really trying to force it here. They're going to chase in. They'll get him with the Hawk. They get the dispose, drag back onto Stamana with the Thunder God's Wrath. They burst out the two of them. The two supports, they're gone.
That was, what, a 4-man Fatal Bonds? They did reflect the link from the static link initially, but the bonds did grab onto 4 heroes there, and they actually did use a secondary smoke to try to get on the retreat, so I think that was their last smoke for Alliance.
That was well done there by Pexu. You know, just completely sort of ignoring the Lotus Bristle and getting that set up onto the rest of the Alliance.
Good lord, too. Yeah, Fatal Bonds on 4 with the nature, with the Wrath of God, of course. Painful. And another D-ward. Yeah, Alliance just literally has no vision to play with.
We'll see this again. Just on the escape, and indeed how much damage Limp's able to pump out when he presses that R.
Boom. 2,300 damage or so.
Hey, back in mid. Seeing the Golem drop down. Nico Baby will get the BKB off in time. He's got to run. He's getting low. Be able to throw the Remnant out of the side and back off, but they've been fail bonded. Stamanan will get caught by the Plasma Fields. As both him and Symmetrical, they're just out. They're taken down. They haven't got buyback either. So this is going to be a good bit of a window for goonsquad to maybe poke at the high ground.
That was like, I felt like one of their first exorcisms of the game to go for a team fight, and he just dies and immediately has to run away.
Straight away, he was taken out.
Oh boy.
And they've got the Golem up. They'll be ready to push him.
Alliance, even when they hit their item timings, they stood no chance so far versus goonsquad.
A 7k lead now for goonsquad. See Aramis with the jump in, but immediately just gets disposed. Aramis, he's dead for this. He'll try and commit in, but he's got to jump pretty much straight away back out of the fight with the Remnants. There'll be a buyback from Aramis. They are stopping the push of goonsquad. It did cost them the buyback.
The spam is just insane, though. Like, Nico Baby runs in at full HP, takes a couple spell nukes from the Zeus, a Hawk stun, immediately has to run away. Yeah, continues to just be problematic for Alliance. And yeah, they're just trapped in their base. Unable to fight with their exorcism. Looking to soon be maybe even smooth sailing for goonsquad as Roche next on the menu in a minute.
A little bit of a longer respawn, so to the benefit of Alliance, might give them the timing to try and catch goonsquad by surprise with the smoke before they go for Roshan. See if they can get a kill out of this Alliance. BKB's back up for Nico Baby. And Sken. And things out in the pit. He will be found and he'll be taken out. Doesn't have buyback, so won't be able to re-enter into the fight. Stamanan will get run down in return. Nico Baby's just ready to charge straight in. He'll look towards Pexu. Pexu will TP back out to safety. Weeha tries to jump the back lines. Is in on top of Limp, but Limp's pretty tanky right now. And now Weeha, he just gets burst straight away. So does Nico Baby. Both cores are down. Aramis also taken out. Triple kill for Aqua. I mean, Alliance, they came looking for a fight, but that certainly wasn't the one they were hunting for there. They lose 4 heroes.
Balance in all things.
Again, just all over the place, really. Like, one person jumping one time. It feels like some people felt really strong in the fight on the side of Alliance, but others were like, wait, let's not. They were a bit reluctant to chase in.
I mean, none of them had buyback.
Oh, boy.
And goonsquad, almost recognizing this, they're just straight away in with the push. They're ready to try and look for a set of barracks here.
Aqua had like the easiest fight. He literally just linked the Bristol and was like, okay, thank you. It's like walking the dog almost. Yeah, it was painful the way that last fight comes in.
Radiant's top tower.
Goonsquad gonna feel incredibly comfortable now. 11k lead, 19-10.
Roche back up.
It's ready for them.
Golem back up as well. Sure, Alliance, they have their exorcism back up, but they've literally not been able to do anything in the fights with it.
We'll see that replay again. You know, Alliance, they wanted to go for this fight. They get a quick kill onto Hansken to start things off, but pretty much after that, it was just a little bit all over the place.
Like, watch Aqua. Look at Nico Baby. He's just like, okay, let me just get the full link onto you. He's roared, stuck in position. He's just hitting him in the front the whole time. And I think they actually put the Frenzy onto Aqua as well, too, from the neutral creep. So shredded him.
And we are trying to jump Limp on the back lines, but barely scratching him at all. You know, Limp pretty much full HP throughout the whole fight.
That's 4. Looks like having a bit of fun there.
Obviously back in Stamana. He's caught under the Nimbus. It's going to be another kill for Limp. As at the same time, teammates of Goon Squad are picking up Roshan and the Aegis. The rest of them, they're getting kills inside the jungle of Alliance. Down the mid, they're ready to go. Refresher all done on Aqua. Shard, Aegis at the ready, level 20. It's going to be a hard push for Alliance to stop.
He took the Eye of the Storm interval as well instead of the Storm Surge that we've been seeing most people take. This game, you can understand why versus the Bristol. Another ward taken away. I think they've dewarded every ward, Owen. The whole game, there's been little to no vision for Alliance. Running in blind, trying to go for these plays.
And look at that. Limp having the time of his life here with the D-wards. And Alliance, they've got everybody up, but what can they do to stop this push? It's so hard for them to enter into a fight. Roars at the ready, Golems at the ready as well. Goon Squad, they've got so much to throw in on this. See Aqua getting low, but the BKB is out in time. Fail Bond's out onto the 2 of them. Stamanen having to buy back straight away.
And they just keep healing. Pexu, he's just pumping the heals onto Aqua.
He's going to try and get the jump in. The refresher
BKB.
here, second BKB from Aqua. Aramis goes in towards the backlines, but dies straight away. Alliance being forced back towards the fountain. Goon Squad, they've got all the space in the world here to push this bottom ranks down. Fortification comes out.
Pexu says sorry. He whiffed the golem. It actually hit absolutely nothing. But doesn't matter.
So there we go. The bottom rack's taken. Alliance trying to force Goon Squad back, but just look at them. They're just all full HP pretty much.
Hey, Pexu's Holy Locket really paying off. He just keeps pumping the heals.
How on earth do Alliance find the damage to fight through this? It just doesn't seem like they have it in them right now, and the heroes they have, they're falling incredibly far behind. 20k lead here for Goon Squad. You know, game 1, Alliance put up quite a bit of a fight in the first start of it all, but this game 2, it has looked like pretty smooth sailing from Goon Squad. They never were behind, really.
No, this one quickly turned. Alliance, it looks like the item timings, right? Alliance hit their item timing right around that 20-minute mark, and they lost the progressive fights right after they got their timings. Goon Squad continue to impress. They've always been impressing with the way that they take team fights, and this proves to be no different.
It does seem that all that's left for Goon Squad to do is just continue the same play down the top lane. See WEU trying to cut the creep waves, trying to hold back the opportunity to look for that last setup.
They still have a catapult also, so they actually can continue pushing up top Goon Squad if they'd like to. And yeah, they're just always full health. And Aqua, what does he have? Does he have the full AC done in a second? He does. In about 500 gold. You can just sell the Falcon, and he's got it. Whew. Hitting some pretty crazy item timings on this Razor.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And now he's got a DD. Lovely.
And this base is going to die in seconds.
Double damage.
Yeah.
Oop. The Hawk's starting to hit.
They're going to see Aramis. Instantly gone. No buyback, of course, on him. And here comes the push. Backdoor protection, it's gone. A tier 3, it's gone. The racks, they'll soon be gone as well.
Nico, baby. Below half HP before the fight starts.
I mean, WEU is jumping in. He's trying to sort of take their attention away from the base, but they'll catch him with the bash and the roar. WEU's gone. He'll buy back. But the top racks taken out. Goon Squad.
Radiant's top tower.
They've got the mega creeps. And Hansken, he's ready for a further catch. Straight in, catches out Symmetrical. Symmetrical will buy back. Hansken just rebounding straight in up towards the fountain. He's ready to get stuck in there. We'll kill him for that one. But what more can Alliance get? They're up against the Megas. They may have the numbers now, 5 versus 4, but they need these big kills. They're going to try with the setup. They'll catch onto the 2 of them. But the BKBs are popped. Aqua just walks down Aramis. They cannot touch this Razor. As WEU, he'll remnant in aggressively, but dies to the Eye of the Storm. Nico, baby, trying to pull their attention off towards the side, but Aqua, he'll turn to chase him out. The Plasma feels slow catching him there. Also, really trying their best to kill S4. He's getting low. They'll catch him with the Ice Path. They will kill him. But Nico, baby, and Symmetrical, the last 2 left alive. Nico, baby, has to run, has to go back and heal in the fountain. They get kills out of it here, Alliance, but it's still It's not going to be enough to turn things around. Goon Squad still holding the lead. They'll happily, play a few more minutes here. They'll back off, wait for the team to be back up.
Yeah, it's too little too late by far at this point, of course, when the Megas are up. But this is the second time they've killed the Zeus. They were barely able to find Limp throughout this game. Aqua just playing this barrier perfectly as the Razor. Yeah, it's been a great game, really, from Goon Squad. Again, playing off each other perfectly, and Alliance just really struggling, especially, honestly, Symmetrical this game has been so quiet as the Death Prophet after being able to take top tower early, gets the Lotus Orb, but besides that, it really feels like he hasn't been able to do much of anything. He tries to run in the fights and just dies. Can't use Exorcism as an actual team fight ability. Yeah, no, smooth sailing. Megas wait till everybody's respawned, and then do the final push.
So any big items that are close for Alliance? What have we got? I mean, we are just trying to get himself a Lincoln's done. Abyssal Blade is nearly there for Nico, baby. But you've got to imagine they'll probably want to hold on to the buybacks. They're going to need every life that they can get here to try and hold the base against this inevitable push from Goon Squad that will be coming out now that they're all back up.
Symmetrical has BKB, has an actual way to protect himself instead of just dying when he runs into the Zeus, but yeah, they're just at such a disadvantage. Even the Marcy is just a big problem for them even too, just these little itemization, right? He has Basher, so he's able to actually probably kill the two supports by himself. Herself, I should say.
Nearly able to treat himself to a full Satanic Aqua. And level 25.
Yep. He's massive this game. As we said, 13-1-9. Nearly a flawless performance from Aqua this whole series.
I think you're completely wrong.
Alliance, they're trying to push out around Nico, baby, here. They're going to try with the smoke, but Hanscam will dispel it. Hiding in the trees.
Oh, that's painful. Every time they try to make a move, it's red. Every time they put a ward down, it gets instantly dewarded. Goon Squad just really on top of things this game. And yeah, Satanic done. Time to close it out.
Yeah, they're ready to end it, Goon Squad.
Even a Lotus as well onto S4.
Our final smoke here from Goon Squad as they enter the base. Let's see what Alliance have. Have they got anything to slow them down? The tier 4s are falling. Put the fortification off the side. He just gets caught straight away by the dispose. He's out for 100. I see them try and come in, and Nico, baby, and Weeheart looking to jump the backlines. They will be able to take that Pex through. They'll get Limp as well, but Limp got so much damage out. And of course, Aqua, he just hasn't been touched at all. He's full HP. Now buyback on Aramis. Hanskin and Aqua charge straight into the base, take down Weeheart. As now they'll look to close it. And Alliance, they've had enough. They'll tap out. GG is called. Goon Squad will take this series 2-0. Game 1, definitely more of a challenge than this second one. Goon Squad, this game 2, they made it look pretty easy for them.
Yeah, I mean, look at Limp. He's got the biggest smile ever. He's playing Zeus in this game, which could potentially be hard if they're able to get on him, but over and over again, even when they got on him, he actually just held his ground, was able to fight them, especially into Weehan. Yeah, even the last fight